Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Kibbles back with another video, and today I am going to be going over the games that got me top 5k in the entire world. Um, I was playing some games last night, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to play some 2.6 Hog Rider. Guys, I've been loving 2.6 Hog Rider this season, man. It's just been so fun. And so, again, I decided to play some 2.6 Hog Rider, decided to push up on Ultimate Champion, because, I was up for it, and we were able to get to top 5k in the entire world. So pretty exciting. I'm going to be going over the games that got me there. This first game we were against Mortar bait, and honestly guys, I knew that this was my matchup. That being said, like, single elixir is a little scary because he can pressure me with his spear goblins. He can pressure me with his miner. If he gets a really nice skeleton king ability, I might have to overcommit. And so I knew that if I can, get through single elixir, I should be good to go. I don't know how 2.6 Hog Rider will be next season, guys. As you know, Evo Hunter is the next evolution coming to Clash Royale. I still think Evo Arrows will be coming to Clash Royale as well, but I think it will be like, a mid-season type thing that they've been doing where they release 2 Evos every season. My opponent goes with a really bad ability here, and I knew that I could capitalize on this ability because frankly, that ability did nothing, did squat, got 0 damage on my tower, barely any damage on my musketeer, so I go aggressive here. I know he has Cannoneer, which is why I go with my Ice Golem in front. You can see how good the Cannoneer is against the Hog Rider, so even though, that was like a really good sequence for me, I was still able to get no damage. He tries to arrow predict on my skeletons, and then he goes with the worst Evo Bats I've ever seen. I don't think this guy was counting elixir right. He definitely thought I had a lot less elixir than I actually did. And I knew he had overcommitted with those Evo Bats. So I just go in with the Hog Rider here, guys. The Hog Rider is going to get some crazy damage. 3 shots. You absolutely love to see it. I knew he had his Evo Mortar in cycle. So I go with a cannon low. I fireball right away. Hits the Skeleton King. My Musketeer is a little bit too far to the left. So I'm not sniping the whatchamacallit yet. But easy defense. Again, this is my matchup just because I have Evo Cannon, I have Musketeer. A lot of good answers against his Evo Mortar in general. His Cannon card is probably his most annoying card. But, even then I can play pretty, if I just play this smart, I shouldn't lose. So I go with Skeletons here. I thought he was going to go with Skeletons earlier, which is why I kind of panicked. I also go with a terrible Musketeer. I don't know why I thought the Fire Spirit was going to die, but a little sloppy defense for sure, but it's fine. We're still in the lead. I decided to go opposite lane just because he's getting a lot of damage on my tower, and then I get a super nice fireball on top of the cannon cart, kills the bats. I go with a low cannon because I know he's going to try to protect his mortar. There we go. I can go with a low musketeer as well. I go with my ice golem just for all of the spear goblins. I'm pretty sure I also go with a skeletons just to minimize the damage. There we go. And as you guys can see, the musketeer is just so good on defense for us, guys. I go with a musketeer in the middle, hoping he's going to go with his mortar, but he decides to just go with his cannon cart, so well played. My goal here is just to protect my musketeer. I cycle back to another Hog Rider, which is crazy, guys, so this musketeer just gets so much value for me. Kills the evil bats, kills the cannoneer, kills, almost everything in sequence there. And then, he goes in, I just go with my cannon, I go with my ice golem. Pretty easy defense. I knew that the only spell he had was arrows, so as long as I play this smart, I shouldn't, my cannon should not die. I have to go with a log here. He gets 1 bit of damage, and he gets a little bit of damage with his arrows. But again, guys, although he's in the lead, he's overcommitting every time. He goes with his mortar, so I decide to fireball right away, just get that off the screen. And guys, my Hog Rider gets a huge shot there. That puts me, like 600 damage in the lead? At this point I know, okay, I'm pretty sure I've won. I just have to go with my Spear Goblins, I have to go with my Ice Golem for the Spear Goblins. I go with my Evo Cannon to clear that all up. Again, terrible abilities by my opponent. I go with my Evo Musketeer here, hoping that for him to play something, but he just goes with bats to block it. But even then, I get an insane fireball, and the Musketeer sneaks 2 shots. And yeah, first game down and complete. Okay guys, so in this next game we face Eduardo 11. I decided to just go with my Fire Spirit. The Fire Spirit, guys, is so good at baiting out elixir. A, because it does so much damage, as much as a fireball on your tower. And B, because he was playing with the dagger, the normal Princess Tower, so even, he was forced to do something, right? As soon as I saw that Executioner, guys, I knew that we would be facing Hog Tornado. There's this Hog. I get a really nice Fireball on top of the Executioner and the tower to get me some nice little chip damage, and the cannon clears up the Hog Rider. So really good start. You know, I'm up Fireball damage and we're equal Elixir, which is always nice, right? I knew that he had Rocket, which was scary, but single Elixir was definitely my time in my head. The only problem is that he has Tornado, which makes this a little annoying. As you guys will see here, I'm pretty sure I go with my Ice Golem plus my Hog. He goes with Goblins at the same time, unfortunately, but the Ice Golem gets some good damage. He does activate his King Tower, but I knew he would, right? But again, guys, we're up 600 damage off rip, and even though he has Rocket to cycle, I was thinking, okay, that's probably pretty good. I know he has Rocket again, so I decided to go with a Musketeer in the middle there. You know, placing it too high for him to go with Rocket. He decides to go with his Executioner again, so I just Fireball that straight away, guys. I feel like Fireballing on the Executioner is just a good play, because honestly, guys, his Executioner is really, really, really scary for me, because A, he can just Tornado everything to my tower, and B, I mean, it just does so much damage. He goes with the worst Rocket prediction of all time on top of my cannon, bro. And I decided to punish that with all this. The reason I'm going in with Skeletons and stuff is because I know he has Tornado. I still get one shot on the tower, Ice Golem damage and Fire Spirit damage, but guys, as you can see, he kind of got away with that. I mean, yeah, he took 1 billion damage, so maybe he didn't, but like, dude, it was crazy. It was crazy. I go in again. But honestly, not the best push by me. I wasn't really counting his Evo Valkyrie, so his Evo Valkyrie gets so much value for him there. So, a little sloppy by me, but that's okay. I just go with my Evo Cannon here. He decides to go with the Rocket, and I'm like, wow, you decided to Rocket my cannon yet again. So, at this point, I knew he was just a maniac. Honestly, I guess the Rocket worked out for him, because he got 2 Fireball shots, or 2 Hog Rider shots with the Fireball, and a little bit of damage with the Evo Valkyrie, forcing me to Fireball. And just like that, guys, I had lost my lead. So, a little scary. As soon as I saw that Executioner, guys, I was like, okay, he's going to Tornado. Thankfully, guys, he kind of screwed it up. He pulled it too far into his Valkyrie, so the Valkyrie actually helped us out there. But we were able to defend pretty well. No Hog hits there. We're still up 300 damage, but, you know, we definitely need a lot more. I go with my Hog Rider here, and we force out a Rocket Log, which is honestly perfect for us, guys. As long as he's not rocketing our tower, we will win, right? We will win, because I should be able to defend, and if I can just stay in the lead, it should be good. Honestly, a really bad Valkyrie in the back, guys, because I just get a free Fireball value. And then the worst push of all time yet again, because, guys, he's just not counting my Evos. I mean, I did the same thing, don't get me wrong, but, dude, this guy was really, really sloppy. As you guys can see, this guy loves watching his Riley videos. He misses my Musketeer with his Evo, with his fire, no, not with his thing, with his Rocket, and I know that I can get a free Fireball just because of the Elixir. Okay, guys, check this out. He tries to Rocket my Musketeer again, but the Evil Valkyrie pushes it in front. I'm able to go with a Hog Rider in front again. I go with a Log as well, because I know all he has is Goblins and Ice Spirit. The Hog Rider gets one shot. He tries to Tornado away my Fire Spirit, but the Fire Spirit, guys, that buff to the Fire Spirit tile jump range was increased. I don't go with my Hog Rider here because I don't want to give him too much rocket value. I just decide to just Fireball his Executioner instead. I go with Log. I'm chipping away this guy. We're up so much Elixir here. He decides to Rocket my cannon yet again, guys. Which, I mean, this guy's just an absolute freak of nature. I don't know what else to say. We are able to cycle back to my cannon, though. So it was fine. I go with my Fire Spirit. Really nice Fire Spirit there. Again, you can see the buffed up Fire Spirit range is just coming into play there. I go with my cannon. I go with my Hog Rider. He has to go with a Rocket, but I'm able to just Fireball because he doesn't have his Rocket and cycle. At this point, guys, I know I've won. I'm trying to cycle back to another Hog Rider, trying to get to another Fireball just to finish this game off. And yeah, super, super easy game. Honestly, this guy was not that good. He kept on missing his Rockets, but hey, I'll take that W. Okay, guys, so that game put me into 2100 trophies. And so I knew I wanted to win this game, right? I wanted to stay in the 2100s. Again, I start with my Fire Spirit just because it does so much damage if they leave it alone. That's 200 damage off rip. I mean, guys, it is kind of ridiculous. I'm not even gonna lie, but hey, I'll take it. Okay, so as soon as I see that Pekka, guys, I'm thinking Pekka bridge spam. I don't know why, because Pekka bridge spam is not that popular, but for some reason in my head, guys, whenever I see Pekka, I instinctively think of Pekka bridge spam. And then he goes with the baby dragon, and I'm thinking, okay, what could this be? I'm really, really confused. Usually Pekka has, there's only Pekka balloon or Pekka bridge spam as the two options, and they don't tend to have baby dragon. You know, Obviously, guys, this guy is playing balloon, but it took me a little while to figure that out because, again, traditionally they play with the E-Dragon. I guess his E-Dragon is just not leveled up or something. He goes with the worst tornado of all time, so, I mean, guys, these guys are just making silly mistakes. Even at the top level, people do make mistakes like that, and he has to overcommit with his Ice Wizard, so I just go with a Fireball because I know that it is basically free damage for me. I go with my Fire Spirit again, guys, and look at that, guys. It's so annoying for him. He has to overcommit with a freaking Baby Dragon on a Fire Spirit because A, I already have so much damage on my tower. B, the Fire Spirit does so much damage that he doesn't want to take it. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I go with my Hog Rider here, and that was supposed to be my Evil Musketeer, guys, not a log. Thankfully, we force out a freeze, so I'm like, okay, it's not the end of the world, but again, guys, sloppy. I mean, it was just not good. At this point, I was thinking, okay, I might have lost for that. Yeah. But he decides to go with a balloon. And honestly, guys, that was probably... Guys, if he had just gone with Pekka in the back and then balloon in front, I don't think I would have been able to defend. But because he went with the worst balloon of all time, I mean, I was able to get away with that terrible play before. I go with a really nice log on that bar barrel, guys, and the Musketeer gets 2 huge shots on his tower. At this point, I'm thinking, okay, I can go either lane here, so I'm feeling pretty good. I see him go Peck in the back, so I just go with my first Musketeer. I cycle a Fire Spirit for the damage, and then I just go with a Hog. As you guys can see, again, the Fire Spirits are just so annoying for my opponent. It's literally forcing out a positive 3 elixir trade for me. Okay, he decides to go in with his balloon because my Musketeer is trying to kill the Pekka, but I'm able to cycle to another Musketeer. I know he has freeze, so I'm just trying to be careful. I go with my Skeletons high so he can't freeze my tower and the Skeletons. I go with a Fireball on top of that Ice Wizard. I go with an Ice Golem to pull that Pekka back on the left. I go with a Cannon in the middle, Fire Spirit. I go with Skeletons to stall. And then, guys, check out this Fireball. Absolutely delicious. You absolutely love to see that. Guys, I was playing out of my mind here. It was really good. I think I only take 1 shot from the Lumberjack, and it kind of equals out my towers. I go with my Evil Musketeer to snipe away at the Baby Dragon, and he decides to go with the Balloon. Very interesting play because I had Cannon here. I go with my Hog Rider here just to force out Elixir. Okay, he has to go with the Ice Wizard, and I knew he was going to freeze, so I just cycle back to another Musketeer. There you go. The balloon does get 1 shot, so a little sloppy on my end, but it's okay. He uses his Tornado, so I go with my Log plus Hog Rider right away because he can't pull it to his King Tower anymore, and the Hog Rider gets 1 massive shot there, which is great. I go with the Fire Spirit here, and then I think I just let the Lumberjack go. Yeah. We already have so much damage taken on my left that I didn't really, feel too bothered by that. I go with my Evil Cannon, I go with my Musketeer, and guys, I got a little scared here because the Musketeer decided to target on top of the the Baby Dragon instead of the Balloon, but Musketeer did its job. I felt fine, I was okay. I think at this point I just cycle my Musketeers, guys. The Musketeers are just so good. I cycle my Cannon so he can't go in. I go with the Ice Golem just to keep my Musketeer alive so he can't Tornado it. At this point, I just go with a really nice Fireball on top of all of that. I go with the Ice Golem to pull away the Evil Lumberjack. I'm back to my Cannon, and yeah, super easy defense. I mean, a little close here with the Balloon and the Pekka, but we were looking good. I can just go with my Evil Cannon now. The battle ends in 10 seconds, so he doesn't have enough time to get a Balloon. I just go with my Skeletons to stall. I go with my Musketeer. I go with all of this. I go with a Cannon just to pull that back, and the Hog Rider gets the final shot. So, again, able to beat this guy. This guy was actually super nice. You don't often see a good, a humble guy like this, so it was very surprising, but hey, that got me to top 5k in the world. Let's go. So yeah, guys, I don't know why 2.6 seems to be my deck this season, but I'm having so much fun with it. It's so good. You guys should definitely give it a shot before the Evo Cannon gets nerfed, because I don't know if it will be quite the same next season, especially with the Evo Hunter. That card looks absolutely scary. But yeah, give it a shot, guys. Let me know how you do. Thank you guys so much for the support. Just to give you guys a heads up, the uploads this week might be very, very short just because I have midterms this week, and it's very, very important to me to make sure that I do well on those. So please understand if, tomorrow's or just sometime this week, the video is only like 3 minutes. I hope you guys can understand. I'm trying to lock in. You know what I mean? But again, guys, thank you so much for all the support. Again, if you're trying to win a pass, make sure to comment on all of the videos, right? All of the videos that I've talked about the giveaway, because your chances are going to be highest if you do that. Anyways, guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for 7,000 subscribers. That is absolutely mind-boggling. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.